I mean, he's probably not really speaking to them in the best way to get them to want to work with him. It's not so nice.
A, B, C.
Always be closing. Hi, my name is Tiffany Pantozzi, and I'm going to be reacting to real estate agents on film. First up is the Santa Clarita Diet.
Listen, Becky, a lot of people are gonna wanna sell your house. But I promise you that we are the best damn realtors in town.
They're actually the only realtors in town because the rest of us pronounce it realtors.
Yeah, it's realtors.
That's what she said.
That's amazing.
Realtors. Wait, I heard the difference.
It's so important for agents to realize how to say realtor, because people for some reason say realtor, and it's not realtor, it's a realtor. So it's so funny that they corrected the other agents, and I see this all the time, and it's definitely something that you should at least know how to say if you're in this profession.
It doesn't matter. Both ways are correct.
That's not true. One way is correct and the other is profoundly ignorant.
No, Joel's right. You can say realtor or realtor.
So this is a scene from I Love You, Man.
Thank you for eating.
I'm the first one, huh?
Yeah.
I never understood why people are so afraid to eat at an open house.
I know.
No. Why's Ferrigno selling?
Oh, he bought a place in Jackson Hole.
Ah.
Yeah, I think he's tired of the Hollywood grind.
Right. You know, I've always wanted a pad with a giant Lou Ferrigno statue, so I think I found it.
Hey, he's got
Statues
one.
like that are the
You're wasting your
worst at
time with that
holidays.
couple. Just FYI.
Why'd he say that?
I saw the guy pull in. He's driving a Saab 9.3, which I'm not a snob. It's a great car, but it costs $30,000. This house must be, what, $4.2 million? It doesn't quite compute, right?
Well, I hope that's not the case. He told me he was going to make an offer.
I love this. Actually, this is so good and so true. First of all, there's so many imposter buyers out in the market, so you have to really be good about being able to vet people out prior to working with them or even bringing them into your clients' properties and make sure that they are properly qualified. So number one, I always get a pre-qualification letter or a proof of funds letter because as they're saying in this video, I mean, hey, he is actually paying attention. The guy is going to see a $4 million house and, he's checking out his car and maybe he doesn't think that a guy that drives that car would be qualified, which you can't, you cannot judge and you never know who has money, who doesn't. But that's why getting a pre-approval letter or a proof of funds letter is just so standard in this business and should be protocol as the first step before ever showing anybody a property, just so that you kind of have an expectation if they're qualified or not. So that was smart.
Trying to impress that girl he hasn't slept with yet.
How do you know that?
Well, it's body language, Like, that guy needs to fart. It's pretty clear, but he doesn't know her well enough to do it in front of her, so I assume they haven't slept together.
He does seem to be clenching.
Yeah, he doesn't want to fart. Watch, when he gets enough space, he can let one rip, I guarantee it. Oh, that's a good move. Hey, go check out the kitchen, honey. I'll meet you in there. Now watch. Making his move slowly but surely. Watch the leg. Wait for it. Wait for it. Fart. Boom. That's a fart, motherfucker.
Sickening.
That's a fucking fart.
Oh, my God.
Look at him crop dusting across your open house. It's a disgrace.
Crop dusting your open house.
Sure did.
You know what, guy? I like it, but I'm thinking it might be a little bit small.
I
Totally,
love
and
this.
it smells
so
like fart.
When buyers that absolutely are not even qualified to buy the house, they'll give you the most ridiculous reasoning as to why it's not right for them. And it's so true. We have seen buyers that'll bring girls that they want to impress to a property as if they can buy one that's well over their budget. So this is so perfect. And you just really got to be careful and vet out your clients well so that you don't waste your time or your client's time.
No, let's take off, babe.
Roll down the windows in that car, sweetheart.
You called that. That was like a play-by-play. It's amazing. You called that.
Yeah, well, I know my farts.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I like to provide food for the guests, but when agents come, some agents literally come to open houses just to eat the food and drink the drinks. And those are the agents that don't even have clients for that property. It's so cringeworthy that that's a really funny comment. This is a scene from American Beauty.
You could have some really fun backyard get-togethers out here. The ad said this pool was lagoon-like. There's nothing lagoon-like about it. Except for maybe the bugs. There aren't even any plants out here.
What do you call this? Is this not a plant? If you have a problem with the plants, I can always call my landscape architect.
I love it. So true. Like, you have to be so creative when you're selling these houses. So you have to be able to answer all the objections and be able to come up with a, painting that vision for the buyer of, hey, okay, you don't like these plants? I'll get rid of all of them. What do you want? You want a spa over here? I mean, literally anything can be done pretty much, but it's just about the cost, right? So what is it going to cost to create that perfect home for that buyer and helping them to envision that? So she's doing a great job so far.
Solved.
I mean, I think lagoon, I think waterfall, I think tropical. This is a cement hole.
Sometimes what's really funny though is in descriptions of properties that some agents put up, you do see them exaggerate a little bit in regard to some of the features of the home. I mean, so many agents, unfortunately, will put that there's an extra bedroom when there really isn't, because it's required to have a closet to be considered a bedroom. But they'll get really creative in their explanations to make it sound like the Taj Mahal. And when you get there, you're like, oh, we've all been there. It's okay, girl. We've all been there. Oh my God, she tried so hard. Your heart breaks for her. I know what that feels like. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do right. There's just nothing you can do right to make a buyer happy, sometimes to make the seller happy. And that's just it. So you gotta be at peace with it. You gotta do your best, put your best foot forward no matter what, and know that you are doing your best job for somebody. And whether they're happy or not, that might be their problem. This is a scene from the breakup.
At first, I figured that the split was just something temporary, something that you two would work out and get past. But after tonight, I think it's pretty clear that you two genuinely do not want to get back together.
There's not a shot in hell.
Gary, I got you. As your friend and as your realtor, I'm not going to leave here tonight until we decide what to do about this condo, because this living situation is obviously not working out. Gary.
Well, the only logical thing that I can think of is for her to move out of the condo and then to pay me some sort of a penalty as compensation for the labor that I did all around the condo.
What? Pay you a compensation for your labor?
Okay, so dealing with a divorce situation or some kind of a separation amongst a couple is never gonna be fun, right? So I would say if you're a couple, whether you're married or not, there should be certain things that are determined. Not that you need a prenup or anything, but certain things that are determined on the ownership of the home, right? And what would happen if in fact you separated. It'll make your lives a lot easier in the long run, if God forbid that ever happened, if you come up with a plan now, because a situation like this definitely sucks. It's not ideal for anybody. Clearly the agent is put in a very awkward situation as their friend. It's not really ideal for him to also be playing like the therapist and technically the attorney, because there could be some liability and legal things going on here. So it's a super awkward situation. Luckily, I've never personally been in it, but we do work with divorce attorneys that may be best to consult on this. And then as the agent, do your job to do your best to get it sold, but not have to deal with who gets what and that part of it, because that can get messy. This is the Alec Baldwin speech from Glengarry, Glen Ross.
Are they all here?
All but one.
Well, I'm going anyway. Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
This guy's a savage.
Coffee's for closers only.
Oh.
Mitch and Murray paid good money. Get their names to sell them. You can't close the leads you're given. You can't close shit. You are shit. Hit the bricks, pal, and beat it, because you are going out.
So he's clearly really pissed off. And I know that they're selling timeshares, which is quite different of part of the industry than selling residential or even commercial real estate. But regardless, whatever industry, when you're getting leads for your team and they're not turning them over and you're spending all that money and time and all they can give is excuses as to why they're not a good enough lead for them, it literally makes your blood boil. And I know every team leader can feel me on this because we're investing time and money in our team and they just want to give excuses. Because the truth is this, guys, you have to have the fire, the hunger, the energy, the vision to want to go ahead and reach certain goals. And you have to know how to turn leads over, how to speak to them, what to provide to them to show your value of why they're even going to want to work with you. So I understand the frustration here for sure of him wanting to get his team to perform. So let's keep watching.
The leads are weak. The leads are weak. The fucking leads are weak. You're weak.
You're
I've
weak.
been in this business 15 years.
What's your name?
Fuck you. That's my name.
That's
you
my
know
name.
why, mister?
You know, I love this too. I love it when agents are like, I've been in the business 20 plus years. Listen, tenure, in my opinion, I'm sorry, it doesn't have anything to do with whether or not you're a qualified agent, okay? There's a new generation of agents coming to the business and they're tech savvy and they're hungry and they're energetic and they have new, fresh ideas. And just because you've been in the business 20 plus years doesn't mean that you're better than somebody that's been in the business for 1 year. And let's talk about, maybe you should start looking at transactions versus tenure.
Because only one thing counts in this life. Get them to sign on the line which is dotted.
I mean, he's probably not really speaking to them in the best way to get them to want to work with him. It's not so nice.
A, B, C. A,
Always be closing.
B, C,
Love this.
closing. Always be closing. They're waiting to give you their money. Are you gonna take it? Are you man enough to take it?
Listen, they're talking about timeshares, and I don't sell timeshares. I don't even touch or smell a timeshare. There's just a really negative perception of that industry and some of the people that have sold in that industry, and I don't want anything to do with it because I don't believe in that model myself. And it's hard for me to sell something I don't believe in or push others to sell something I don't believe in. So this is definitely something I personally couldn't do.
What's the problem, pal? You, Moss. You're such a hero. You're so rich. How come you're coming down here and waste your time with such a bunch of bums?
I'm definitely a very transparent agent. And when I say that, I like to be as upfront with you as possible. Sometimes I might have to tell you something that you don't want to hear, but somebody's got to tell you. I mean, I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't. So when I say that, I have to believe in it to be able to advise a client to buy something or even to sell at a certain price or whatever it may be, I have clients that literally have sent me homes that I've been like, no, you can't buy that house. And if you want to buy that house, you can hire a different agent because I can't represent you on that house and feel good about it. So that's how I operate my business.
These are the new leads. These are the Glengarry leads. And to you, they're gold. And you don't get them. Why? Because to give them to you is just throwing them away. They're for closers.
I can't believe they got away with some of the things they got away with. And some of the scenes, I mean, it's real life. We have seen and dealt with some of the most awkward, random situations. And I mean, I wish that more movies could share more of the craziness that goes on behind the scenes in real estate. Thank you for watching. If there's a scene we missed or another scene from a movie that you want me to review and give my comments on, put them below, comment, make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.